everybody, it's Jill with Angel Creations. Welcome back to my craft room. We're gonna have some fun today. We always have fun every day here. What am I talking about? Excuse me, we always get the sniffles and the coughs when we get on here. All right, we're gonna be using some Dollar Tree ribbon. I'm shaking up my paint. We're going to be using this Dollar Tree home sign, and we are going to be using like 4 different patterns of scrapbooking paper. And we are going to be using Waverly chalk paint in the color of, I think it's elephant, yes. Elephant. That's what we are doing today. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing well. Let's get the trash barrel out over here. And turn on the glue gun. That's good. And now we are going to paint our home sign in elephant gray. Let's get our scrapbooking papers out of the way here for now, because we don't want to get paint on those. And I guess I will have to use another roll or another piece of my wax paper. Maybe later on today I will get out of this house. I know I will, and I will pick up some more of this. I'm going to do the back of it lightly, and I'm going to spray it with water, and then I'm going to use like a dauber to kind of sponge it on. So let me get a dauber, a Dollar Tree dauber. You can tell this one has been used before. Everything's gonna fall down here, but I need to grab a little paper cup. Hopefully everything will stay put. I am gonna water this down, just a drop of it. I mean really, one little drop. Wipe that off there. And I'm gonna spray my water in my cup with my paint, one whole squirt, and then I'm gonna mist the back of my sign, because I don't want this to be a painting job. I want it to be more or less of like a stain. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And this just kind of gets it in where you need it, but without like brush marks, so that you don't have like drips and, you know, all the things. So we might need to add a little more paint to our little cup here. Let's see. But we do. I only added a drop. Let's do another tiny drop. Add some more water. And get that in our little dauber, because we're going to do both sides like this, but the front side we are going to actually cover a little bit darker. But this is just going to give us the backing. I'm daubing this on now in some places just to get that excess paint down into my dauber so I can smudge it. Alright, so now you can see how that kind of gives it a nice stained appearance. It is still wet, so when it dries, it will be drier. Alright, now I am going to just add some more. It's just because my dauber will fit in this little cup better. And I just dropped something there. So now I'm going to daub it on the front in a little bit heavier coat, because I want this to be black and white and gray all over. That's going to be this name of this one. Black and white and gray all over. So let's get this painted up, and then I will finish this up and I will be right back. Okay, it's very wet. It's all painted. Let's just this dry a little bit. And then I'm going to take a little white chalk paint and dry brush it up and down it just to distress it a little bit. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Looks nice just like it is. Look at the difference between the front and the back. Right? The back is just stained and the front is more of a paint. More of a paint technique. A little bit darker. We still used our sponge, but we just went a little bit darker. And if you see some spots, I can't hold my paper here. If you see some spots that you want to go over, you can go over them with your dauber. Alright, we're going to be good with that. Let's put that aside for a minute because I need to cut up our paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our paper behind each letter. So this one looks like it will be perfect. I just have to trim a little bit here. Okay, so we'll put that paper aside. And then we are going to, you know what we can do is probably, let's put that aside. Everything's everywhere. And let's just trace this piece onto our next piece, and that'll give us an estimate because we might have to cut them shorter. They might, whoa, pencil. That went haywire. We're gonna have to trim these up, but this will give us at least a good start. And we're going to do this to 4 different patterns, and I'm using all black and white obviously because what are we doing? Black and white and gray all over. Alright, so again, another rough sketch of this one. Cut out all 4 of our papers. Now everything I'm doing is from the Dollar Tree except for the paint. Dollar Tree does sell paint. I really don't recommend their paint. I think you can do better if you just went to Walmart and got Apple Barrel. Apple Barrel used to be 50 cents, but I know it's not anymore. I don't know what the price is, but I know that it is not 50 cents paint anymore, but it can't be too much more than that. Everything has gone up, of course, so unfortunately I definitely am feeling the increase of everything, right? We're feeling it all, and our electric bill went up, and our gasoline is up, and our groceries are up, and really nothing we can do about it. We just have to swallow it. So definitely feeling the pull and tug of the economy here lately, totally. So if you can go to Walmart and get the same thing, actually it's not the same thing, it's much better quality than the Dollar Tree paint, and if you can go get that for a third of the price, probably, you know, I mean, it's probably less than $1. That's what I'm gonna go with. All right, we're gonna take our home sign and we are gonna flip our home sign upside down. And just because that paint still might be, I don't think so. What's the difference? We're gonna take our pieces now and we are going to separate them into, look, I can already tell this is going to be way too big for this. So I'm gonna cut this down about 1 inch. I'm just eyeballing, but that will be good. So we're gonna take our purple, whoops, let's not dump that out. We're gonna take our purple, hopefully this is dry enough. That might have to dry because we sprayed this with water. So let's dry that up really, really quick because we need our glue to stick. It's not going to take us long to glue, to dry this wood. It's really thin, and it's probably balsa wood, and it's really dry normally, so hopefully it'll just take a little bit of this heat and dry right up. I'm going around my letters mostly where the glue is going to be, so let's just hope that is good enough. All right, let's get that glue stick. Now we're gonna do, I want to do the O, so I'm gonna just put my glue stick all around the O and in the middle of the O with a lot of glue stick. I want my edges to stay down. And we're gonna take our first big buffalo check. That's what I want my O to be. So that's why I'm starting with the O. Okay, and get a rag ready. I think I have a better rag, no? Time to get some new rags. All right, so that's our O. Can't really see it, but that is our O. And I'm just gonna trim off a little piece here on the, what was sticking out. All right, so there's our buffalo check O. Now I'm gonna take this really small and I'm gonna cut it again. I'm gonna cut this down probably another inch. And because we had to trim off some of it on the side, I'll do that as well. And we're gonna do our H. So we're gonna put all that paint, all that purple glue stick all around our H and onto the back of the paper of the one before. That's fine too. We want this to hold, and we're gonna put our H right down there. Whoops, don't fall in the surface there. Don't fall in the surface. All right, so there is our H and our O, and this is what the back looks like. Now we're going to do our M, and I want to do that in the bigger polka dots because I want to do every other. So let's go ahead and put some more glue on the subject. And roll that up a little bit. Smear some of this up here. It's going to be hard to get it up on these little points, so I'll just use my finger. All right, that looks pretty good. I want to make sure that sticks everywhere though. Okay, ready? We're gonna put our polka dots. And you know what? I'm gonna trim a little bit more of this. I didn't, probably trimming a little more than I wanted to, but that's okay. And look at this one is still sticking out just a tad too. So let's lift that and cut that a little bit thinner there too. All right, now I'm gonna put some more of this up on this paper on the letter before it, because I want that to stick down and not be all flappy. So there we have H, O, and M. And now for our letter E, we're going to do the gingham. So again, we're going to put our glue stick on. This is like fun. So fun, so satisfying. All right. Fix that all up. And this will be our last little piece. Oops, I just got a whole big glob on the inside of my letter here. Let me get that out of there if I can. I mean a glob. Like it hit the edge and just ripped the glue stick. Alright, let me try to make sure I have enough up top. And let's put this down on the bottom. And before I just fold it over so I can cut the edge, because I don't need it to go all the way And then I'm just going to smooth it out. I do have one little edge up here I want to come back and get. There's a little bit of paper sticking. I don't know what the best way probably would be an X-Acto knife. All right, now you guys, look at how, let me fix some things here. Look at how cool that is, right? Black and white and gray all over. Now, before we go any further, I want to take a dry brush of some Waverly white chalk paint, and we'll distress this a little, and then we'll make a bow. Let's put our glue stick away, and I need a good paper towel, and I need a good chalk brush. So we're gonna just dab, 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 dab most of that off. I actually need to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Forgot to do that. Okie dokie. So yeah, we're gonna dab, 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 dab most of that off, and then we're just gonna go get that paper out of there. And now we're just gonna go up and down, right over our paper, our words, and the whole thing. And we're going with the grain here. And then you can go back and add a little more pressure if you want. I know I like to get my top and bottom and side edges because it just outlines it. So I'm going to put a little more pressure in a few places here so that it is distressed in all, the whole thing. The whole thing needs distressing. There we go. How do you like it, you guys? Cute, right? Can even come down a little heavier. It's not really showing up very good on camera. So let me deal with a little more pressure. We're losing some of our hairs from our paintbrush here because I'm pressing down so hard. That's a good dry brush. I'm happy with that. All right, let's cover up our white chalk paint and get to a bow and a hanger. All right, I am going to have to put you on pause at some point because I want to make a hanger with buffalo check beads. So I am going to first, I'm going to make a couple of loops here. I'm going to make a bow up in my mind as I go along. We're just going to make it work. So I'm going to do another size. This is almost out, so we're going to try to use it up. So let's cut as many of these as we can, and whatever we have, we'll have that many loops. So it looks like we're going to get about 3 loops out of this. All right, just feel like I'm gonna sneeze, so I use the back of that paint thing. Okay, let's get rid of that. So now I'm just gonna make some loops here, right? I'm gonna make 1 loop. Kind of making this up as I go. Fake it till you make it. 2 loops. 3 loops, and now I'm going to do the same thing. We have 1 here. Let's see how our loops. I don't know if I can get 3 out of this piece, but we will try. So I think we're only going to get 2, but we can get another one because I do have more on the roll. So let's cut this evenly. So we have 2 of those, and now we need 1 more that length. I love this ribbon from the Dollar Tree. It was in their farmhouse section, and then we're also running low on this one, but I do have another. So let's take out the bigger one because I want to get 3 loops of all of these if it is possible. So we'll cut 1, get that piece of tape off there. And 2, And then we are going to make loops with our polka dot ribbon as well. So we'll make 3 of those as well. Trying to go by one of these just to use it as measurement. And we need one more, and then we will be done with our ribbon and we can make our loops. All right, now I'm going to get a little tie wrap out, or you can get a Chanel stem. All right, so this is going to be winging it. We're going to just make our loops, and I'm going to gather my loops in my hand. Gather my loops, so I'm just pinching my bow at the bottom here, lining this bottoms up, and then just pinching it in, and I'm holding that in my fingers here, okay? Just holding that all. Now I'm gonna just loop. I'll take my polka dot, my big white polka dot, and I'm gonna add that. Now this does not have wire, so we're just gonna add our little, I'm gonna take one of each, and I'm just gonna make loops. And I'm just gonna add my loops down to my thumb. I'm gonna take one of my ginghams and add that down to my thumb, and now I'm going to go back and I'm going to take the opposite. That loop is slippery. Hold on, let me fix that up. I'm just going to add my loops. It's getting harder because it's tough when you have them all up. I just let go of one here with my thumb when I grabbed all the other. So you can do it, just be patient. And I think I need another one of my white polka dot. Now I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna add 3 to the back. So I'm gonna add white and polka dot, white, black, and gingham, and the little black with the white stitches in the back. Then we're going to take our tie wrap. We have a big bow here now. We're going to take our tie wrap. Now you could make tails on this as well. I'm not making tails because this doesn't need a tail. Tails will just, you know, be in the way of the whole home sign. So we're not going to have tails. But we are going to pull this bow as tight as our sweet little fingers will let us. As a matter of fact, our sweet little fingers won't let us. So we're going to grab a pair of pliers and pull that tight, tight, tight. All right, and then we're going to cut off the bulk here that we have at the bottom. So it's kind of going to be like a stub that we're going to use to glue. So cut that all off as close to the tie as possible. And now we are going to fluff our bow. Just fluff your bow so that it's all fluffed up, and all your little ribbons, twist them, intermingle them in with the other ribbons, twist, fluff, all the things. And we have ourselves, it's going to be a little floppy with the ribbon that does not have the wire. So that is pretty adorable, if I do say so. Okay, we have a nice big fluffy bow. Now we're going to put that on the corner of our, let's see here, I might need to glue the center down because our puffiness is a little too big. So to tuck and hide that, we're just going to make our little loops. We're making our big loops a little bit smaller. Okay, so how I'm doing that is I'm just taking a tuck in the back, I'm putting a little bit of glue, and I'm just folding over and making a little tuck. so that my loop is smaller because they're just too big. So do this one right here, just a little bit, fold it over, take a tuck. All right. And then we have all of our little ribbons kind of flopping in and out and adorable. I think I need to tuck this one just a little bit more. It's a little bit big for the loop. Cute. All right, let's put all our ribbons dangling down inside so we can see them all, and then we are going to put this little bow. I think you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to cut my loops. I don't like the loops on the ones that don't have wires, so we're just going to cut those so they fall all over. Crazy. Much better. Much, much better. I like that. Much, much better. All right. So there we have it. Much better. Go like this and just kind of cut our ribbons on a slant. You could dovetail them too. But I'm just going to do them on a slant. Let's see, I got a couple more. Oh, don't cut your loop. Cut them on a slant, but don't cut your loop. I'm just going up from the bottom corner, you know what I mean? Just making it on a slant. And I have these two I can do right at the same time. All right, we're going to attach our little bow, and then we're going to put a hanger on this, and this black and white and gray all over is going to be done. I'm going to put a little glue in my center, and I'm going to push my bows together a little. Yeah. All right. Now that is going to go right here on the center, or not the center, but way up on the right or the left, whichever you prefer, corner of your home sign. And we'll fluff it. It's adorbs. Now we're going to let it stay sitting for a second, but we need to add a hanger. And this piece did not come with a hanger, so let's take a piece of, what do we have in here? How about, I guess it's going to be jute. I guess it's going to be jute. Is this a better jute hanger? Nah. Alright guys, we're just going to stick with jute. Oh, I know what. I want to put you on pause. I want to put some black and white buffalo beads on this. So I will be right back. Alright guys, I hated that bow. Hated it. Alright, we're going to take it apart, and we're just going to make more of a little shoelace bow. I just wasn't liking all the thickness. So, live and learn, right? We tried it. I thought it would be cute. Maybe it was just too much. I took it apart, and now I'm going to try to save this ribbon, the wired ribbon. I'm going to put that here, like so, right? So that we can have two. And then I'm going to take this piece, the middle piece that we had. It's got glue all over it here. And let's cut that off, all that sticky glue. And I am just going to fold this over. And I'm going to make my bow with this. Let's actually use another tie wrap just to make life a little easier. Let's do another tie wrap. It's easier for me anyway, a tie wrap. If you guys like using jute or more ribbon or, you know, whatever you like to use to tie up your bow. Now, I want to pull my loops because I did not like how big. So I'm making my bow a little smaller before I pull my tie all the way tight because it was a little too big. So bear with me, guys. Thank you so much for bearing with me. We're almost done. I know sometimes bows take the longest time. Sometimes. Even on my lives, I have the struggle with the bows. I'm not really happy with the way this bow is twisted here. All right, I guess that is going to be our bow. Let's make sure our loops are the same height. I guess they are. So I'm going to pull this tight now. Committing. Where did my pliers go? I got things everywhere here. Everywhere. All right, we're going to pull that tight. Snip that off. And then I'm going to snip off the excess material here from our ribbon that's just in our way, and we have another one over here on the other side. We're gonna snip that off, and then we're gonna take the piece that we folded in half here, and we're gonna wrap that right around the middle, just like that. And really, we didn't need such a big piece. So I'm just going to glue this in. Pull it tight and wrap it so that will disguise our little plastic tie wrap. Pull it tight, pull it tight, and then that will be our bow. I think this is going to be much better than all of the busyness we had. It was too much. It was way, way too much. Still not thrilled with my bow, but we're gonna go with it. We're going to cut off this excess piece. Turn that a little bit closer there. And, you know, we could probably go on to put more ribbon or raffia or whatever, but I think we're just going to go with a simple black and white bow. Not thrilled with it, but there's our bow. Alright, so now I'm going to go back and glue that up on the top of our, really not happy with this bow. Crap, man. I think one side's just a little tiny bit longer, so I'm going to try to fix that with glue. Shorten it up a little bit with glue. Ow, that's hot. Hot, hot, hot. Alright, we're just going to glue this on, and then we're going to make the hanger be the star of the show. So let's go right back to where we were. There's already a hot heap ton of glue there. So we'll add to that, and we are just going to disguise our bow right here up in the corner. Press down and make sure that stays, and we'll fluff it. I'm not good at bows. I wish I was. My mother was amazing at bows. Look at all this ribbon we just wasted. All this ribbon. I suppose I could keep it for a messy bow. This is a lot of wasted ribbon. Whoops, that's still on the roll. All right, now also I have a little bit of glue squishing out over here that I want to clean up from my little surface before it glues down to the table here. Alright, so there's our bow. Kind of dumb, but hey, make a better bow, you guys. Make a messy bow. Messy bows always come out cute. Alright, now we are going to just put this aside for a second and we're going to get out our beader. And these are in my Amazon store in the descriptions below if you want one of these beaders. This is what they look like. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of jute, and this one is perfect, the one we were going to use. But first we're going to put, let's start with black. So we're going to put a black bead, and you just stick them down on your stick. And then let's uncover all of our beads. And then we're gonna do, so we started with white, and we'll do black, and then we'll do gray. And then we'll do buffalo check. And then we'll do it again. I think we can do it 3 times. Let's see. So we'll do it. So how many is that? 4. Oh, this one I tried to pull a really, really, really fat, I actually tried to pull this through ribbon, and I kind of destroyed the beader, but it still works. It's just a little bit harder. All right, now I don't know if I can get 4 more on here or not. So in that case, I'm going to take these off and I'm going to put them the opposite way so that they hang the same way. So I'm going to put my two buffalo check beads together, then my gray, then my white, and then my black. That way each side will have a black sitting on the wood part of the frame. Now I'm going to take my jute and go right through the eye of the needle, and then we're going to pull our beads right down onto our jute. Oops, I lost one. I pulled it down too far, you guys. I'm having a day. I am having a day. All right, let's start over. Black, white. Thank you guys for bearing with me. We all have these days, right? Then we're going to put our buffalo together because we're going to do 2. And then we need our gray, our white, and another black. And this time we don't want to pull our jute all the way through. So put that through the eye of your needle and then pull your jute through, but don't pull it all the way off. Probably could use a longer string, but I didn't. All right, so they're on there. Now we're going to put a knot on each side so that if this ever fell off, those beads would not, you wouldn't lose the beads, right? So we'll knot the bottoms of each side. And you don't have to do it up close. These beads are going to relax and slide all over. And I have seen people where they've glued them up onto their hanger too. All right, so this is our hanger. Now we're going to flip it over and attach our hanger to the back here. So let's get our beads out of the way so we don't glue those. And we're just going to attach our hanger like we attach every other hanger with a heap ton of glue for that little knot to sit in. And I'm picking up crap everywhere here. Sticking to everything. There's crap everywhere. Oh my goodness. But that's what the fun of a craft room anyway, is making a mess. Making a mess. And then we're just going to put this one on. And you know, it would help if I would clean up my tools once in a while, because they're so full of glue that's half the problem. I never clean off the glue. Alright, so that's better. So let's let that set up for a minute. We'll put all the covers back on our beads. I get all these beads at Walmart at Christmas time. These are from Amazon. They are in my description box below. Actually, those my sister bought me. And the jars are from the Dollar Tree. I've been looking for them for about a year. I have more beads, and I need to fill some more containers, but can't find those. I love the clear cover. I love this square shape too. All right, you guys, this is a finished product. As soon as we are sure that that is not going to go anywhere, there is our adorable home sign. What do we think? Do we need a little depth, more depth here? Maybe a little black, some streaks of black. Let's see. I got some ink, and I have another stencil brush. Let's just do that. Let's take a little tiny bit. I'm not happy with it. Do you ever have that day? You know, I'm not happy with my bow. I'm not happy with the depth. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but I'm not thrilled. So I'm going to attempt to give this a little more depth in some places. Maybe that's what it needs. I don't know. But I'm going to try it. Alright. It's got a little black on it. I'm going with it. I think it's cute. Just like that. Alright, everybody. This will give you a good time. This is a good time. I feel like I need to go back to bed and get out of bed and start all over again, you guys. Thanks for bearing with me. If you have stuck with me this long, let me know in the comments below. And this is a great time to give me a thumbs up. Sharing is caring. So go ahead and share this video with all your friends, family, and social media. And you know how you have a vision in your head? This one is just not coming out. Just not coming out to my fruition. But you know, I guess we can't have a winner every day. What do you guys think? I like the concept. I really do. Alright, everybody, until I see you for Follow Me Friday, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Let me know in the comments if you stuck with me through this craft. I know it's been kind of crazy, and you know, I don't know. Thumbs up, thumbs down. It's okay. I understand. Alright, everybody, until I see you again for Follow Me Friday, I hope that you have the greatest rest of your evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Until then, be good and do good. Bye now. The button's not going to work. It's just, of course the button is not going to work, right? Of course not. It really is a cute concept. Let's look. Alright, everybody. I like the technique, the paint technique. Be good and do good. Love you all.